Unpopular opinion, Kamala Harris should not run for president again in 2028. Hear me out. It's not because she's not qualified, we know she is. It's not because she's not likable. Here's the thing nobody wants to tell you. Democrats are not going to win without progressives in 2028. The writing is on the walls. Look at what happened in New York, in Colorado. More progressive leaders are starting to rise to the top. It's been said that recently, Harris has been looking at the 2028 ticket and has been speaking with pro-Palestinian activists. In 2024, the state of Michigan, which has a lot of Muslim and Arab voters, decided in their primaries, 100,000 of them, they were gonna vote uncommitted because of the genocide in Gaza. Sure, it was unfair. The odds were stacked against Kamala Harris. She was a woman, she's black. 90 days to go until voting day. We've already seen how it played out in 2024. America's not the type of place that says, oh, you know what? We messed up and this time we're gonna do it right. As much as I personally want a female president, America has said 2 times against the same candidate that the candidate that had less experience was better off than getting a woman. An unhinged candidate, a white male candidate, a rich businessman. Here's the thing, Democrats, progressives aren't saying that they're not going to help win 2028. What they're saying is, look, we got 2 years left. And in these 2 years, you guys need to bring forward a candidate that is less central. The reality is that Americans are moving away from a 2-party system. And I think it proves something much more important, that Democrats can't expect progressives to vote for their party because they hate the other side. Here are the facts. President Donald Trump cannot run for office again. This also means Democrats can't afford to run the same playbook because the game has changed.
JD Vance is like a political chihuahua, barking at everything that moves, thinking he's 10 feet tall when he's really just making a damn fool of himself. Somebody remind him that the vice president is supposed to be seen, not heard, because this isn't the talent show that he thinks it is. So let's make something crystal clear. The vice president's job is not to headline a concert. It's not to run a shadow government. And it sure as hell isn't to run his mouth on every podcast, every news outlet, every conservative event with a microphone. Historically, the vice president had 2 main jobs: break a tie in the Senate and be ready if the president croaks. Simple. That's it. That's the assignment. You're basically supposed to sit quiet in the corner like a substitute teacher with an emergency plan, not jump on the desk and rewrite the whole curriculum because you got bored. And yet, here we are. JD Vance is out here barking foreign policy opinions like he's Secretary of State, running his mouth about Civil War scenarios like he's some sort of militia leader, and throwing shade at sitting members of Congress like he's trying to end some sort of Twitter beef. What the fuck is going on? And the wildest part, he's not even good at it. It's giving dollar store Dick Cheney. It's giving I read half a Tom Clancy novel, and now I'm an expert. It's giving I think I'm the president, but nobody told me I'm just the backup generator. The vice president was deliberately designed to be boring. It was supposed to be ceremonial unless absolutely needed. But JD Vance treats it like he's the main event, like Trump's just some sort of temporary inconvenience standing in the way of his spotlight. Historically, even the messy VPs knew how to act. Joe Biden under Obama advised behind closed doors. Kamala Harris under Biden handled assignments, not fan fiction. Hell, even Dan Quayle, who couldn't spell potato, knew to shut up and stay in his lane. JD Vance is doing more interviews than the president. He's spitballing national security strategies like it's open mic night. And he's floating ideas that could literally get people killed. And doing it with the smugness of a man who thinks that reading a Reddit thread counts as research. The vice president is supposed to be the spare tire, not the clown strapped to the roof screaming directions. At this point, JD Vance is making Dan Quayle look like a statesman. And honestly, that's impressive. In the worst way possible.
So, there's talks that AOC is coming to just steal that Democratic nomination from Kamala Harris for 2028. And this is actually great to me. I will actually throw a debate watch party to watch Kamala versus AOC. This will be one of the most anticipated debates because you're probably like, why, Hillary? We know you're conservative. Why would you care? can't say that, don't want to count strike. But it's like two toddlers and like two strollers facing each other, fighting for a chicken nugget on a sidewalk. Now they're both strapped in, so they can't kind of reach the chicken nugget. But they're reaching, they're grabbing, and they think they're a lot stronger than what they really are. Mind is not developed, but somehow they both fervently believe that they're gonna get this nugget. And that's what I think about. Both of them fighting for this nomination. So, with that being said, I want to see it happen. I would like, if AOC smokes Kamala Harris and she's actually the Democratic front runner, oh, guys, the comedy, we will be read for facts for another 4 years. What a concept.
If Kamala Harris ran against JD Vance in 2028, she would lose again. And it's not because she'd be a bad candidate, because she wouldn't be, or the fact that she's underqualified because she is qualified, or the fact that her policies are poor because her policies are not poor. It would be simply because half of you dumb fucks would throw your hands up in the air and say, they're both just as bad because they support Israel. And now while I am all for draining the Zionist swamp that has become our government, when you have to choose between a Zionist who believes in women's reproductive rights, gay rights, people of color's rights, universal health care, education, childcare, so on and so forth, versus a man who is against all of those things and is also a Zionist, why is your immediate reaction to vote third party? Your protest votes prove nothing other than your own stupidity. You're not escaping the system. The system was designed to not be escaped or broken. So you have to work inside the system. Yet half of you refuse to accept that and would rather vote for Jill Stein, somebody who's never going to see the Oval, versus a woman who absolutely could if you would just back her. So again, knowing how the left works, it will probably be Kamala Harris versus JD Vance in the next presidential election, and JD Vance will probably squeeze just by her into the White House because, again, you people do not know how to use your vote responsibly.
Kamala planning on running again in 2028. Now, you have to remember, who was her running mate? Tim Walz. What? Governor Tim Walz. Now, you see all the stuff that came out of that. So, who could you think that she would have as her running mate this time? It's like a fucking game. Batman and Robin over here. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit the like button, follow for more.